Hello friends, let's start with the second part of indirect speech. In the first part of the video, you have seen the basics related to transformation of indirect speech and the changes that we make. Now in this video, we are going to learn the 4 types of sentences and the rules which we use to change direct speech to indirect speech. So friends, let's start with the first type, that is changes in statements. So, the changes in statements, the first step that you have to understand is check whether the given sentence is statement or not. Based on that, the first rule says the reporting verb changes as under. The reporting verb changes as under, and there are 3 possibilities. If the reporting verb is says, it will remain says in indirect speech and the sentence will remain in present tense. If the reporting verb is said, it will remain said if there is reference of only one person in the given sentence. If the reporting verb is said or said to, it will change to told if there is reference of 2 persons involved in the speech. Now, the second rule, after the first rule, that is changes in reporting verb, the second rule is the joining word. So, in statements, friends, if you remember, the joining word is always that. We have to remove comma and double inverted comma and use that in place. The third rule is personal pronouns change as per gender and case. If you remember in the part 1, I have shown you the table in which personal pronouns change from first person to third person. In the same way, personal pronouns will change as per their gender and case. Rule number 4 is verb in a given sentence. If there is helping verb, it will change to past tense. Main verb will remain without change. The verb in the sentence will change to past tense. And the fifth, the most important rule, I will give a 3-star for this, because many students forget to remember this rule and the answers are wrong. The fifth rule, my dear friends, is if the given sentence is already in the past tense, then it will change to past perfect. Many times it is seen that the given sentence is in the past. So, you cannot use rule number 4. The rule number 4 is change the verb to past tense. But if the sentence is already in the past tense, then you cannot change it to past. So, the fifth rule says if the given sentence is already in the past, then you have to change it to past perfect tense. If you don't know what is past perfect tense, normally we say past perfect tense is having had plus V3 form. What is V3 form? That is verb in past participle. Let's take 1 or 2 examples to understand. The first example is mother said to Rahul, I am going to check your papers today. Let me repeat. Mother said to Rahul, I am going to check your papers today. If this is a statement, it must start with a subject word. So, I is the subject word, personal pronoun. So, this is a statement type. Now, what are the changes that we are going to make? First thing we have to check is who is speaking to whom. Is there one speaker or 2? In this example, mother is talking to Rahul. So, mother is one person, Rahul is other person. In indirect speech, first change we have to make in who is speaking to whom separately. Even if the other reference of a person is in the end of the sentence, in answer it should come in the beginning. So, the answer should start like this. If there is reference of 2 persons, we normally say mother told Rahul. As per the rules, said or said to will change to told if there are reference of 2 persons. So, the answer should start like this, mother told Rahul, then the joining word that. Now, the given sentence was I am going to check your papers today. So, I first person will change to she because it is the reference is about mother. So, I, that is first person pronoun, will change to third person as we have already seen in the personal pronouns table. So, I will change to she. So, the answer should look like this. Mother told Rahul that she then am will change to past tense was, then going to will remain without change. So, she was going to check. Your is related to Rahul, so respectively your will change to his. So, your will change to his, and the last one is today will change to that day. So, the final answer should be mother told Rahul that she was going to check his papers the next day. I hope the explanation is clear to you. So, friends, now let us begin with the second type. I hope you remember, out of the 4 types, the first one was statement, but the second one is imperative. So, let us understand the rules for imperatives and respective changes. So, changes in imperatives, rule number 1 is the reporting verb changes as under. If you remember, my dear friends, imperative sentences are those sentences that start with the verb and end with a full stop. Normally, there are 2 types of imperatives. One is called affirmative order, the other is called negative order. All affirmative orders, my dear friends, starts with verb. All negative orders starts with don't followed by verb. So, we will understand the rules. The first rule is change the reporting verb as under, and the first rule is said or said to, the reporting verb will change to. There are 5 possibilities that will happen. A reporting verb said or said to will change to told, ordered, advised or suggested, warned and requested. So, you may be confused. One reporting verb and there are 5 alternatives to be used. Can we use all of them in one sentence? No, my dear friends. Let me quickly tell you. Said or said to will change to told if the 2 persons who talk to one another come from almost same background, same age group. So, normally in friends and same age group people, we do not order one another. So, told will. If higher authority is talking to lower, that is principal is talking to a student, or inspector, police is talking to someone, or father is talking to son or daughter, when higher age group to lower group is there, then in that case said or said to will change to ordered. The third one is the said or said to can also be changed to advised or suggested, because friends, every time an order is not like an order. Imagine you are in 10th standard or 12th standard, you are appearing for an important examination, a distant uncle will call you and say, take health, take care of your health, take regular exercise, study hard. All these grammatically appear to be actually orders, but they are not orders. Imagine another case, suppose you go to Dr. Mehta, after checking treatment, he will say, take this medicine for 2 hours, take 2 hours of exercise regularly. These are not orders, though they start with verb. So, they are actually advised. So, in such cases, when the order looks like advised, you can change it to advised or suggested. Then the fourth change will be, it can be changed to warned, W-A-R-N-E-D, my dear friends, when the order is very harsh. When somebody is very angry and orders not to do something, in that case we can use warned. And the last one is requested. For that, you must check that there must be a word please in the given sentence. Whenever there is please in the given sentence, we have to remove the word please. In place of that, use the joining word requested. Then the second rule for changes in imperatives is for affirmative orders, use the joining word to. For negative orders, use the joining word not to. And the third and the most important rule is, there are only 3 rules for imperatives, my dear friends, and the third and most important rule is never change the sentence to past tense. Now, you may be thinking, in statements, if you remember earlier, we said verb changes to past tense sentence changes to past perfect, but in this case verb never changes to past tense, because orders can never be written or given in past tense. You try on your own to give any order to yourself which is in the past tense, which is almost impossible. So, the first rule, let me quickly give you a recap. First change is in the reporting verb, second is about joining word, and third is never change the verb to past tense. So, let us take one example of affirmative and one example of negative. So, the first example is, say, policeman said, don't park vehicle here. If this is the given sentence, policeman said, don't park your vehicle here. Now, this is imperative and this is negative order. Policeman is a higher authority, we can say policeman ordered. then remove comma, then remove double inverted comma. In place, use the joining word not to. So, the answer should look like this: policeman ordered not to park the vehicle, and the word HERE here will change to THERE there. So, the answer will be policeman ordered not to park the vehicle there. Let us take one more example of affirmative type. Teacher said, complete your assignments, students. Now, in this case, teacher is talking to students. The actual word spoken by the teacher starts in double inverted comma with the word complete, which is a verb. So, it is imperative, and so the respective changes will be: teacher ordered students. Who said to whom should come first, then the joining word. Teacher ordered students, then use the joining word to. Teacher ordered students to complete, and the your is about students, which is plural, so it will change to their. So, the answer should look like this: teacher ordered students to complete their homework or their assignment. I hope the matter is clear for all of you for what changes must be made from direct speech to indirect speech, especially for imperative sentences. So, friends, now let us move on to the third one, and that is interrogative sentences. For interrogative sentences, we must understand that there are two types of questions that are asked. One is WH question and the other is verbal question. So, friends, let us start with changes that we make, the rules for changing interrogative sentences. First thing you must understand, whatever the sentence you have in the paper or exam, check whether it is WH question or verbal question. Based on that, the first rule for change is always in the reporting verb. So, the reporting verb changes from said or said to asked, because questions can only be asked. Now, the second rule is use suitable proper joining word. So, what are the joining words for interrogative sentences? If it is WH type sentence, then the WH word is the joining word for it. WH means including how. If the question starts with why, in the answer the joining word will be why. If the question starts with where, the joining word will be where. If the question starts with how, then the joining word will be how. So, whatever joining question word is there, the same word we have to use as a joining word. If the question is verbal question, that is beginning with the helping verb, then the suitable joining word is if or whether. So, the rule number 2 is about proper joining word. Now, the rule number 3 is the most important, and 100 students if appear for the exam, let me tell you, 101 students make mistake in this because they do not understand this rule clearly. So, friends, carefully look at rule number 3. The rule number 3 says, after the joining word is used, change the pronoun or the subject word first, then write the past tense of the verb. If you in a hurry of writing answer, many students write the past tense of the verb first and then they write the change in the pronoun. When we are writing indirect speech for questions, the given sentence is a question, but while you write an answer of that, it must be a normal sentence with a subject first and verb later. So, first make change in the subject word, that is pronoun, and then write the past tense. The rule number 4 is personal pronouns change as per gender and case. Rule number 5 is change the verb to past tense. If you have seen now that most of the rules from statement and most of the rules for interrogative are almost same. So, it is easy to remember them. So, personal pronouns will change as per gender and case. Then the next rule is number 5, and that is if the given question is already in the past tense, then it will change to past perfect. So, if the given sentence is already having saw, then it will change to had seen. And the last rule, the sixth one is very important, that make sure that you use suitable correct changes in reporting verb as well as in joining words. Let us take one example so that we understand it clearly. So the teacher said, "Why are you late today, Rahul?" Now, first thing we have to understand is what type of sentence is this, whether it is WH question or it is verbal question. So, now it is clear to you, why are you late today, Rahul is the sentence, teacher is talking to Rahul. So, the first change is in the reporting verb, teacher asked Rahul, then the joining word will be same WH word why. So, teacher asked Rahul why, then here is the point, here the students make mistake. As soon as you use the joining word, make sure that the next change will come in the pronoun first. In this sentence, teacher said to Rahul, "Why are you?" is the pronoun. So, you is for Rahul, he is a boy. So, respective change will be he. So, the answer should look like this, teacher asked Rahul why he. Then the past tense was, or will change to were actually, but the third person he will not take were. So, it will become teacher asked Rahul why he was late today ka hoga that day. So, today will change to that day. So, the correct final answer should be teacher asked Rahul why he was late today. Now, take one more example, the last one, which will be verbal type. So, he said to his friend, "Will you help me in my work?" Now, it starts with the helping verb will, ends with a question mark. So, it is verbal question. What should be the answer? Who said to whom? He said to his friend. So, though between them will be asked. So, the answer should start like this. He asked his friend why. Now, there is no why, it is starting with will. So, the joining word will be if or whether. So, the correct answer is he asked his friend whether, then the personal pronoun will change. He will, past tense, we have to write the past tense of will. So, he asked his friend whether he would help him in his work. So, respectively, if we follow all the rules correctly, changing direct speech to indirect speech becomes easy. Now, by now we have understood three types, that is changes in statement, changes in imperatives and changes in interrogative. So, now we have to start with the last type, that is exclamatory sentences. By now we have learned changes in statements, changes in imperative, changes in interrogative. Now, we have to learn about exclamatory. This is very easy, and I have seen in my last 28-30 years of teaching career that exclamatory sentence are very rarely asked in the paper, but quickly we will go through the rules. So, friends, the first rule for changing exclamatory sentence to indirect speech is, first rule is change the reporting verb said or said to exclaimed, followed by that. Now, exclamatory sentences many times express our views or our feelings, emotions, like too much of sadness, too much of happiness. So, many times you can use a suitable word in between, exclaimed with sadness, exclaimed with joy, exclaimed with happiness, exclaimed with anger, exclaimed with horror. But if you understand the feeling and the emotion correctly, then you can use the suitable word. Otherwise, you can only use exclaimed followed by that as a joining word. So, the first rule in exclamatory is change the reporting verb said or said to exclaim followed by the joining word that. After you do this, then we have to just take a pause and change the given sentence exclamatory to assertive. Now, this is a mental process. Actually, you have to change the given sentence from exclamatory to assertive, and in the answer for indirect speech, assertive sentence should be written only in the past tense. There are only three simple rules for exclamatory to indirect speech. So, let me give you one example so that it will clarify the point. So, the example is, he said, "How difficult the paper is." Then there is an exclamation mark. So, in this case, only one person is speaking. So, he exclaimed that, and then how difficult the paper is must be changed to assertive, and the assertive is the paper is very difficult. Only thing you have to do is just change the verb to past tense, all other things will remain same. So, just see the answer. He exclaimed that the paper was very difficult. It is as simple as that. Just change the sentence just change the sentence into assertive and write the past tense of assertive. So, friends, in this video we have covered almost all 4 types of sentences, the respective rules for their changes and one example each. In the next part of the video, I am going to explain you at least 2 or 3 sentences on board with explanation and respective changes that we make, so that transformation becomes easy for you. If you have any comments or suggestion, or if you want any other topic to be discussed by me, please write in the comment box. Do not forget to subscribe to my channel. For any practice exercises or notes, please check the description box. Please like, share and subscribe my channel. Don't forget to press the bell icon. If you have any queries, let me know in the comment box.